welcome to the Backwoods Gourmet. As you probably could see from that little intro, we're out the garden today. Hey, yeah, up here in Northeast Florida, we got a lot bigger spot. I'm sharing that with my brother. That's on his place up there. And I'm running half of it. He's running half of it. What we picked today came off of his half. I still have not had time to go plant our half of it. But what we have here today, and I went over and gave him a hand, was thinning out the mustard greens and those little baby tender plants like we have down here in the cooler. Oh, are going to be delicious. I've got about 50 quarts, okay? A lot of greens that obviously we can't eat in one sitting. So today I'm going to show you how to cook them and prepare them for the freezer for use later, and they're going to be just as good when they come out of that freezer as they are when you cook them fresh. That's the big trick, so y'all stay tuned. So over here in a big old cannon pot, we got bacon and we got some onions, and we're browning them onions, and they're just about right now. Okay, so what we're going to do is go ahead and we're going to start. Scoot my cooler over here. Going to go ahead and start dropping these guys, and they got plenty of water on them. All right, I'm going to start dropping them and just kind of stirring them in there. And as the water cooks out of these guys, they're going to wilt down. We're going to keep doing that a little bit at a time till we have them all in here. It didn't take long for that first couple handfuls to get wilted down. We're just going to keep adding them a couple handfuls at a time. So when I told you we had quite a few, yeah, this I think this is a 44 quart cooler, and we've already got a lot of them in. It was topped off when we started, so this is a lot of greens here. It looks like a lot right here, but once they cook down, it'll be quite a bit smaller. And the pot's going really good, and we're just going to keep putting them in and stirring them down. I guess it's important to note here, I'm not putting any water in here. We got a little root on that one. What we missed, we'll take that off. No, that's gonna hurt you. So these is usually the best crop of the year is when you thin them out after you plant them by seed, and they all come up pretty thick because their seeds are very small. Come up pretty thick, and you have to thin them down and make them get bigger. You see how easily those wilted down, very much like spinach. All right, let's put some more in. Okay, so I got all of my greens are in the pot now, pretty well mixed. We had bacon and onions with salt and pepper. And we browned the bacon, the onions in with salt and pepper on them as our base. Okay. Now it's coming up to a simmer. Now this big old porcelain pot, I don't have the lid for it, but we need to cover it. And what I do have is the big old 15-inch lod skillet, which will fit on top of it just like that, serve as a lid. Now I can cut my fire down, and we're going to simmer those for about an hour. So we let those go about an hour. I didn't add any water to them. Okay, that's just the water that cooked out of them right there, and that's going to make them, I'm sorry, bumped you there. I already gave them a little taste test. They're freaking awesome. Okay, so what we got to do now is just let them cool off, and then we're going to take them and put them up and get ready for the freezer. That'll be next, but they need to get completely cooled off before we can do that. What we did was we fully cooked our mustard greens all the way to the point that they're ready to eat. Okay, they're fully seasoned, and just like they would be when you're going to put them on the table. All right, that's the trick to putting up mustard greens. You can't just blanch these things and put them in the freezer and expect them to come out later tasting worth a dang. But everybody knows that mustard greens are best when they're left over. So when we cook them that second time after they've been frozen, it's going to be just like they were left over. I guarantee you're going to love them. Okay, so we got that ready, and they fully cooled down now, room temperature, where we can handle them. I got a big hotel pan and a pair of tongs here just to try to help with loading the bags. We got our vacuum saver, food saver right here. That's ready to go. I've got some bags. These bags are already made up, and I'm going to show you real quick how we do them quick and easy using this guy, which is an impulse heat sealer. Try to find the link to this, put it up on my Amazon store. I've had this one for years. It's worked absolutely great the whole time I've had it, but I'll show you real quick. We're going to double seal the bottom of the bag, and it only takes a few seconds with this machine. So I got my settings set here for these type of bags, which on this machine works really good at a 5. I'll center my bag on it. I'm going to press. You'll hear it click. And you'll hear it click off. Raise it up. That is way faster than the food saver. Okay. Here, about 2 seconds for what it takes. The food saver over there to do takes about, I don't know, 10-15 seconds at least, and that's double sealed on the bottom of the bag there. Okay, let's go ahead and put this away, and we'll start packing up our greens. To help with the cleanup, I've laid a few paper towels down on the cutting board here, and I'm just going to grab a bag. It's going to be a messy process. I wish maybe one of these days I will invent something to help hold these bags open so that you can get your product in them without making a mess all over the place. But hence the reason for this hotel pan we have here, to catch all that. And I'm going to put mine at about as much as me and Mrs. Backwoods will eat in a sitting. So I'm going to keep mine about like that. And right now, I'm not going to worry about cleaning them up. I'm just going to start stacking them in the bag. And first, we'll concentrate getting all the greens into these bags. And I am leaving a lot of the water behind, but I want some of the water to come over. And like I said, it's a real pain in the butt getting them in there. God, they smell good though. You know, they have those devices for your jars and stuff, like a little funnel. I was wondering if anybody knows of any product they make that will help you hold a vacuum bag open while you're trying to put something like this in it. Please leave a comment down below. I will be happy to get it and do a review on it. We'll see how it works. Let everybody else see it. So these paper towels I had down on the countertop now, I'm just going to go ahead and grab all my bags. I'll lift them up. I'm going to slide that paper towel You could have probably done, I could have probably done this ahead of time. But under there, it helps soak up all that juice. But now we need to clean these bags up enough that we can get them sealed. So you're gonna have a little cleanup here to do on your bags. Wipe them down on the outside where all its juices drift all over them. And you have to go through every one of them and wipe down inside where your vacuum sealer is going to hit it. And that's going to help them seal. So once they're cleaned up like that, we'll set them back here. We'll keep doing the same thing to all the rest. So we're almost home, guys. So we can go ahead and make sure we got our little tray in there. And I'm gonna wipe this up just a little bit. I usually keep a paper towel down here. You got this particular food saver has this little tray to catch liquid, and you're gonna need that, believe me, because there's a lot of liquid in these bags. And we're gonna have to be Johnny on the spot to hit the seal button. Gonna close it and lock it. Gonna put it on normal and moist. And I'm gonna hit vacuum and seal, but I'm gonna be Johnny on the spot with that seal button. As soon as I see the liquid run up, I'm gonna hit that seal button. And when you put it on moist, that seal button runs longer because you're gonna have to cook that water out of that seal area. Also, when it comes off of there, I would leave it set for a minute. Make sure your seal is completely set. You pull a little water out into that tray. That's why we got it in there. All right. Now, if you don't have an impulse sealer like I do, then you're going to want to do this again. But you're going to wipe that area out above the seal from any moisture in there. Put it back on your seal bar. Alright, and that's why I like to use the impulse sealer, because there's a duty cycle on this seal bar on your food saver. After a while it'll just overheat and it won't ace seal. You have to wait for it to cool down. We're going to hit seal again. And there it went off. Leave it set a few seconds. Just make sure everything's good. Okay, it went way shorter that time because it's dry. So now the bag's double sealed. Now what I like to do is I'll just take it and I'll kind of squish everything out nice and flat so they stack up really nice in the freezer, just like that. Okay, and we're going to repeat that process with all the rest of them. So one more food saver tip I'm going to give you: don't store your food saver down that lock position. Okay, what that does is it compresses these seals top and bottom. If your seals are no longer sealing and your unit won't vacuum, I'm gonna leave you a card right here how to fix that for about $8. These things, the price keeps going up and up on them, and I know if you want to keep yours keeping on running without replacing it, you can check out that video. But these seals will last several years longer if you just store it in the down position and you don't press that lock button. So that big cooler of greens, we had dinner on them tonight, and I've saved some back for dinner tomorrow night. About 2 days in a row is about good for me. And we still got 5 more meals out of that nice cooler full. Those green just seen us picking back into beginning of the video. So these are going in the deep freeze, and we'll be enjoying them for the next couple of months. If you're brand new to homesteading, hey, this is a great skill to learn, is how to put these things up for yourself. Now this exact process works perfect for all your leafy green veggies, your kale, your collards, your turnips, even spinach, and I'm sure a bunch of other types of leafy green vegetables that don't even grow around here in Florida. Okay, So that's some, really good skill to know that you can put those up and enjoy them for months. Because if you run a garden, sometimes you have that big harvest and you just can't eat it all. So it's great to be able to come back and enjoy that at a later date. And this is an awesome way to put those up where they're just as good when you bring them back out of those packs. And the other reason why we flatten them down that way, it takes way less time to thaw them. You just take them out, lay them on the table, they'll thaw beautifully for you. So a lot of you other guys maybe haven't done this in quite a while. Might bring back some memories, some stuff that you may have done a long time ago. And we appreciate you guys too. So if you like what we're doing, please smash that like button right down there. Subscribe to our videos. You can do it right here for another great Backwoods Gourmet video. Gonna be right up there. And for a whole playlist of doing something, it's gonna be right over here. That's YouTube's pick. We'll see you next time.